Hi and welcome to Outwell. In this film I'm going to talk you through the features of our Imagine, which is in our fantasy collection. So the Imagine is a large tunnel design tent which sleeps up to 6 people, and with it being in our fantasy collection we find that the material that we're using for our fly sheet is our Outex 4000, which is a polyester material with PU coating on the inside. It has fully taped seams and a hydrostatic head of 4000 millimeters, and it's also been treated to make sure that it's fire retardant as well. On the fly sheet you'll find that we have ventilation panels on both sides and towards the back of the tent, which is going to allow cool fresh air in here, keeping you and the family more comfortable. The frame of the tent is made up of these steel poles from front to back, and a real nice feature of this tent is every single one of them from front to back is identical, so really simple to pitch this tent. And then you'll see just on the side here that we have a rain safe entrance, and that just gives you a little bit of shelter if it's raining or a bit drizzly. Then you can use this side door, and that's just made with this Duratec fiberglass pole. Something else that we should point out here is this tent utilises our unique Outwell wind stabiliser system. What this does is directly attaches the fly sheet to the frame of the tent using these Velcro tabs. You can see just how that works here by wrapping around and then using this Velcro tab to lock them in place. When you do that at the top and at the bottom of all the poles all the way around, and then take your guy lines and peg them out, it really increases the overall stability of the tent, making sure that you can even use this in high wind conditions. So I'm sure you've just noticed there that we have luminous guy lines all the way around the tent, so these are really easily visible, so hopefully you're not going to trip over these at night quite as easily. We can see here that each guy line has its own guy line retainer, just these Velcro tabs here, and that makes it really easy to pack the tent down, wrap the guy lines up in your hands, pop them in here so that the next time you come to take the tent out, you've not got a big mangled mess of guy lines. The tent also utilises the Outwell Easy Pegging system. Now this is a colour-coded pegging system to make sure that you get the right peg in the right place, and we give you 3 different pegs. So you have your solid steel pegs here, which are your anchor pegs, and they go in the grey pegging points on the 4 corners of the tent. We then have the black plastic pegs for all of the black pegging points around the side of the tent. And we have the luminous pegs here, which go with the luminous guy lines. And like I say, nice and simple, making sure you're getting the right peg in the right place. A real nice feature of the fantasy collection is that with the tent, we supply this game wall here. Now you can actually have this set up in 2 different ways. You can have it up against the tent as we do here, but we do also supply the games wall with poles. So what we've done is we've obviously set one up on the tent here, and just in the background over here you'll see that it can be set up as a net as well. So we can just see here, this is it using the steel poles that we supply with the tent, and then we give you the bat and ball set with it as well. So coming round to the front of the tent itself, you see that we have this good sized front door here, so that's going to make it really easy for you to be able to get all of your bits and pieces in and out of here, no problem at all. When you step back into the tent you get a real good idea of the sense of space in here, particularly given the fact that I'm 195 centimetres tall, and above me here there's certainly plenty of head height, and that's really accentuated by the fact that we have these really large windows all the way around the tent. That's going to flood this area with light and make it feel a little bit bigger. If you don't quite want as much light coming into the tent, that's okay, because every single window has its own curtain, which are all toggled away at the moment, but these can be taken out and they can either be toggled halfway up or they can be fully closed for a little bit more privacy. So in here we have a fully sealed ground sheet. The ground sheet that we're using is a double coated polyethylene material, so it's really tough and durable, and you can see here. It has a hydrostatic head of 10,000 millimeters, and it's a bathtub style, so that means it's coming up at the edges to stop any drafts from coming into the tent, keep out any water, and hopefully keep out those unwanted bugs as well. The front door and the side door both have their own mosquito nets, so again, really good opportunities in here for ventilation, but again, hopefully keeping out those unwanted bugs. Just above my head, there is a lantern hanging point just on here, and if we follow the cable ties away from that, that will take you down to our cable entry point here. So that means that you can run electrics into your tent without the cables coming through the doors. There's then another side entrance over this side here, and again at the top you can see there that we have another mosquito net on there too. Towards the back of the tent is where you will find our sleeping compartments, and as I mentioned earlier on, this tent can sleep up to 6. Now, an important point to show you here is that we have the adult room, if you like, on this side here, but then we supply this tent with a kids room, and there's lots of features in here to keep the kids occupied and really encourage them to enjoy this sort of camping theme. Across the top, we've got the star print on here. You see here that there's a games net on the inside as well, and then on the front door, there's actually a kids entrance only, and we supply this net storage here with the balls included as well. Both of the bedrooms have got low light windows in them, so they can be zipped open so that you can see outside from within them. There are some mesh storage pockets on the standard bedroom here. There's mesh ventilation in both of the bedrooms, and there's also some storage pockets on the inside too. Another important point here is that this tent comes with this kids room, but we also supply it with another one of these bedrooms too if you don't want to use the kids room. So optional extras for this tent include the carpet that you can see in this living space here. There's a footprint available to go under the tent for a little bit better protection, and there's a front extension to give you a little bit more outside space as well. So that's all the features of our Imagine. Thank you very much for watching, and happy camping.